Right now, we're living in the middle of an AI gold rush. Every week, there's a new text-to-image tool claiming to be the fastest, the cheapest, or the most realistic. And we look like little minions completely lost with all this new information. But here's the problem. Marketing promises don't always match reality. So how do we know which AI image generators are worth our time and money? Hi, I'm Victor from Vidpros, and in today's video we're going to dig into real data collected across thousands of AI generations, and we'll rank these models on three things that really matter: cost, speed, and quality. And this isn't about one specific tool, it's about giving you the framework to evaluate tools objectively so you can decide what's best for your workflow. By the end, you'll know which tools are best if you need speed, which ones are best if you're on a tight budget, and which models consistently deliver the highest quality results for professional use. So let's start with the basics. When we talk about AI tools, we often hear general claims like it's high quality, or it's lightning fast, or it's affordable, but unless we actually put numbers to those words, they don't mean much, right? That's why I love the approach we're going to use today. Instead of vague opinions, we'll measure cost. How much does it cost to generate 1,000 images? This matters for creators producing large batches like marketers, designers, or agencies. Time. How long on average does it take to render an image? Because if you're iterating on designs or running A/B tests, every second counts and your time is valuable. Quality. This is the big one. Here we're not just talking about technical sharpness, but also creativity and how well the images matches the prompt. To measure this, the platform we're referencing runs the same prompt across multiple models, then crowdsources votes on which result is better. Over thousands of comparisons, you start to see which models people consistently prefer, and you know, if people say it on the internet, it must be true. Let's kick things off with speed. Imagine you're working on a campaign and you need 50 variations of a product shot. Waiting 20 or 30 seconds per image can slow you down massively. At the top of the leaderboard, we have Flux.1 Fast, which generates an image in about 0.3 seconds. That's basically instant. Think about that. In the time it takes you to blink, the model has already produced the usable output. Right behind it, Recraft and some Phoenix models also come in under 1 second. Now, why does it matter? If you're doing exploratory design or rapid prototyping, faster models mean you can test more ideas in less time. Let's say you're designing a poster and you want 10 different styles of the same concept. With a sub-second model, you could have all 10 in less than a minute. With a lower model, that could stretch into half an hour or more, and just thinking about it makes me bored. On the other end of the spectrum, we see tools like HiDream, which average 31 seconds per image. Now, 31 seconds doesn't sound terrible at first, but multiply that by thousands or hundreds of generations and suddenly you're waiting hours. That's fine if you're creating one beautiful illustration, but it's a deal breaker for fast-paced workflows, which is usually what we look for with AI. Next up is cost. This is where things get interesting because speed and quality don't always correlate with affordability. Surprising news, good things can be expensive. Shocking. The cheapest standout right now is Phoenix Ultra, which costs just $2 for every 1,000 images. Let that sink in. That's $0.002 per image. For a content studio pumping out thumbnails, ad creatives, or blog illustrations, that's practically free, but not really. Stable diffusion models also remain highly affordable, often in the $20 to $30 range per 1,000 images. That makes them attractive for teams that need consistent volume without blowing through a budget. But then we hit the premium models. GPT 4.0's image generation, for example, costs around $160 per 1,000 images. That's 80 times more expensive than the Phoenix Ultra. Is it 80 times better? Probably not, but it might be the right choice for high-stakes, one-off projects where every pixel counts. And here's the takeaway. If your use case involves constant production like daily social media posts, you want to stick to the low-cost tier. But if you're producing a flagship campaign with one or two centerpiece visuals, it may be worth paying for the higher-end models. Now let's talk about quality, because this is what most people care about when they think of AI-generated images. Here's how the scoring works. Users are shown two images side by side, generated from the exact same prompt using different models. They pick the one they think looks better. Over thousands of votes, we start to see clear winners. At the very top right now is Imagen 4 Ultra Preview by Google. It consistently outperforms others in producing detailed, coherent, and aesthetically pleasing images. Right behind is GPT's 4.0 image model, and then HiDream and Flux.1 Context. What's fascinating here is that the quality leaders aren't always the cheapest or the fastest. Seedream, for example, ranks almost as high as GPT 4.0 in quality, but it's significantly more affordable. This shows you don't necessarily have to choose the most expensive tool to get world-class results. Another observation, crowdsourced rankings reveal not just technical accuracy, but also what resonates with people. Sometimes a technically perfect render can feel lifeless, while a slightly less accurate one captures emotion or style better. That's why community voting is such a powerful metric. So where does this leave us? When we overlay cost, speed, and quality, we start to see clear trade-offs. If speed is everything, Flux Point 1 is unbeatable. If cost matters most, Phoenix Ultra takes the crown. If quality is your priority, Imagen 4 Ultra or GPT 4.0 are the leaders. But if you want the best balance, something that's fast, affordable, and still excellent in quality, Seedream and Recraft stand out as the sweet spots. And that's the real insight here. It's not about finding one tool to rule them all. It's about matching the tool to the project. Some jobs require speed, some require polish, and some require stretching every dollar like a lot of things in life. And here's the bigger picture. What we did today for AI image generators, comparing by cost, speed, and quality, can and should be applied to every type of generative AI tool. Think about it. Video generators, text-to-speech tools, AI music composition, they can all be measured the same way. How long does it take? How much does it cost? And how good is the output? For businesses, this kind of framework is game-changing. Instead of chasing the shiny new tool, you can build a data-driven workflow where every decision is backed by numbers. So to sum it all up, go with Flux Point 1 for speed, choose Phoenix Ultra if you want volume at low cost, stick with Imagen 4 Ultra or GPT 4.0 for top-tier quality. And if you want balance, Seedream or Recraft are your best bets. But if you love human creativity as much or more than you love AI, here at Vidpros, we always want to make editing easier for you. If you want professional editors and designers to take care of your content without the stress of doing it all yourself, there's only one valid option. Let Vidpros handle it. We're specialized in creating quality content that keeps your audience hooked and captures their hearts. Your business will reach a whole new level. Schedule a free consultation today and see the difference for yourself. AI can be helpful, but our professional team can be much more. That's it for today's deep dive into AI image rankings. In upcoming videos, we'll use the exact same framework to evaluate AI video, AI voices, and AI music tools. If you want to see that breakdown, make sure to subscribe, because this is just the beginning of making sense of the ever-expanding AI tool landscape. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to see our brand new videos every week. Bye!